Hello, everybody, and welcome to Got a Problem, Mate. It's a podcast, the kind of podcast that would win an award if we decided to pay to enter the awards.
Well, Chortle ones you don't have to pay.
No, well, we still didn't
but
get nominated.
But if we don't get nominated next year for Chortle Award, this is over.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I'm not doing it anymore.
Okay.
No.
My name's Joey Page. I'm the Swiss Army knife of light entertainment, and this is my little weird friend Bilal.
What does that mean then?
I don't know.
Swiss Army
loads
knife.
Of parts on it.
Lots of parts.
Just for
dangerous.
Something silly.
Yeah.
We've got a great guest today.
Yeah.
It's one of my guests. It's
a Joey Page
get.
Yeah.
So you know it's going to be a good ep.
Well, some of them.
But most of them. Great. Sarah, we're going to do an intro for you each, and then you decide which one you like the best.
I think that's going to be easier for you, but...
Wow, this is the challenge.
Well, but what happens normally is mine come from an emotional place, and his come from reading off of
British
online.
Comedy Guide.
So it just
3 stars, first magazine.
Just depends on what you like the most, really. So our guest, basically, this is like farm to fork organic guesting.
Farm to fork?
Yes, I gigged with her. I liked her.
Have you heard that?
I met her again at the Chortle Awards in basically the same week, and I said, "Get on the bloody podcast." She's a rising star of comedy. She's about to do her first tour. She's called Sarah Roberts, and
harvested.
Yeah, harvested.
Farm to fork
on a pod.
Have you ever heard farm to fork?
No, farm to table. They have.
Yeah, that's the same thing, isn't it? It's just alliteration.
Sure. Yeah,
you know.
yeah. No, you.
Okay,
yeah, smash it.
Yeah, I was expecting you to do longer than
If
that.
I put,
that was just not really an intro to me. It was more like we've met. Hey, I've met this person twice.
I like the cut of her jib, and here she is.
Okay. Today's guest, everybody, I'm very delighted to say we have someone who I've not met before, but I was having a look at all of the clips and all of that stuff on youtube.co.uk.
Oh, on YouTube.
And Instagram. This person is a star of TikTok and also just got nominated for a Chortle Award, social media award. That makes you a star of
I guess for Steve Bennett.
Yeah.
For Steve Bennett's eyes.
Winner of the 99 Club bursary and in the BBC New Comedy Award and all of that stuff. Just done an Edinburgh Fringe show, or just last year, and now going on their first ever tour. It is...
Sarah
Who's
Roberts.
it again? Sarah, I'm joking. Sorry, we don't know each other, so I do... The problem is I do have a tone that sounds very serious. And when I do jokes like that, I think sometimes people think I am serious, but it was bantering.
Okay.
Welcome.
Well, I'll never know either way. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for coming. Whose
How
intro did you prefer that first?
I actually did prefer yours, I have to say.
Yes.
Because you bigged it up like this is my guest. You really took ownership over you took ownership over me. And I was like, what is he going to say? And then it was really just we met at a gig and then we met at awards.
But it was more than that. I liked your act, and then I liked chatting to you, and then I was like, well, here's somebody we haven't had on before.
We did bond in the green room.
Yeah?
Yeah. That was a nice green room, I thought.
Yeah. I didn't know anybody in that green room apart from Lou, obviously, whose show it was. Yeah. But it's not often that I don't know anybody.
Yeah. No, that was...
I felt like the new kid.
That was quite a fun gig. Yeah. But I was feeling terrible that day.
Oh.
I'd been to a party on the weekend and I set my coat on fire. Did I tell you that in the green room?
I didn't know what the party was until later. I found out I should have been at that party.
Oh, so we would have met
because it was right round the corner from my house.
Oh.
But I got back from a gig late, and I thought it won't still be going.
No.
And I messaged the host of the party, but they were having too much of a good time to see that. I was like, is it still happening? Because it was about like 1 a.m, but apparently it went until 6 a.m.
You set your coat on fire, sorry.
Yeah.
That's
what
that's the
happened?
headline.
Also, you made it sound like you weren't invited to the party.
It was quite sad.
I believe that you weren't invited to the party. But it's just because you started the story with because it was near my house, not like, I was invited to that.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
Party.
You can't just go to
I
any
heard
party
some
near your
music.
house.
And I just texted all the numbers that I could think of in the local area.
No, I set my coat on fire. It was really embarrassing. I was actually on FaceTime to my friend in the party being like, please come. And then I was like by the window and my coat was just on fire. But I knew it was on fire, but there was like a lapse in my head because I was like, oh, this is... I saw I was on fire.
This is cool for the video.
I saw I was on fire. It was like kind of the opposite. I was like, this is really embarrassing. Maybe if I like don't
Just don't acknowledge
don't
it.
acknowledge it or like give attention to it, people won't notice. So I was like, I'll just try and then everyone was like, oh, she's on fire. And then everyone was like,
And you're like, yeah, I know, I'm about to do my first tour.
Was there a candle nearby? What actually?
Yeah, so it was a candle and I was wearing like a lot of sheepskin.
Oh, dearie me.
I feel like you're asking a lot of your party guests if you leave lit candles lying around.
Do you think?
Yeah, because everyone's a bit drunk. Like, you're really trusting them.
Yeah, I do think you shouldn't have an open flame at a party.
No. It's like when they gave out candles at Woodstock 99.
It's like that.
Tried to burn the place
99.
down.
Did people?
Yeah. Have you not seen that documentary on
No.
Netflix? Oh, have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
I thought everyone was so happy at that 99 festival.
No.
Oh, was it the one where things went wrong?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. The good one was in the 60s, and then they tried to
Oh,
recreate it, but with
see.
Limp Bizkit. No, what? Yeah.
Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
And then, like,
It
a
just
lot of
burnt
stuff
down.
happened. Someone got killed. It was
Oh.
really bad. It was really dark, but it was already going really badly. And then they said, let's give out 100,000 candles.
Wow.
And like they did it on an airfield instead of an actual field. So the floor was concrete. The water, they turned the water off to make people buy bottled water so they could make more money. So
I've been at a festival that did that before.
Really?
Yeah, when I went to Benicassim, they did that ages ago.
I've been there. It's good, isn't it?
It was good, but also there was a tornado.
Oh,
It was actually really not good.
I didn't know you
no.
got tornadoes in Europe.
Yeah, maybe it might have just been wind, but we were all really drunk. We were like, it's a tornado. But
I wasn't saying you did.
I remember it being bad.
You know,
it was bad. My friend, a tent thing went into my friend's chin, and she has just like a
a scar.
yeah,
Oh, no.
Like stuck it. You have to like.
yeah.
What?
Like it was really strong wind.
Oh, my
If
God.
if a tent pole got stuck in my chin,
Yeah.
would you pull it out or would you just?
I'd leave it. I'd leave it there. Well, Sarah Roberts, thank you so much for joining us. We have a feature called Vet the Guest, where I'm going to ask you 6 questions, and they'll determine if you can stay on the podcast or if you have to
Oh
go.
no!
The one we had before, he just had to go.
Really?
Yeah, and Joey was like aggressive with him, and there was no need for that.
Mm.
Do you actually send people away?
Yeah.
We've had actually a few Sarahs. Sarah Pascoe, no, we had to cancel that episode.
Sarah
Milliken,
Silverman.
yeah,
Sarah
Silverman. We've had to
Milliken.
cancel all of those guys because they didn't make it through this bit.
6 questions. Please answer honestly, because Joey can tell if someone lies.
I
to
will
him.
be watching.
Okay.
Question 1. What's the best animal you've seen in the wild?
In the wild.
Yeah.
God, I can't think of one single animal.
Well, the wild can be anything. I saw a badger in Hastings.
Well, that is kind of amazing.
Yeah.
You never see badgers, but you see their holes.
First time I'd ever seen one. It literally, right? It was like I saw this little chubby thing, and I thought that's a weird cat, and it turned its head.
It
in
hits
quite a
you 'cause
comical
they're
way.
vicious.
Yeah, it just sort of looked at me and then run off, and they have a little waddly run like Joey Page.
Hey, don't.
What?
Right. when I did 5-a-side at school,
Yeah.
my nickname was Jolo because I stick my bum out when I run.
Okay, there you go. Like
So
a badger.
Please don't pick on me.
Yeah, but it's very exciting. I had a horrible show, which my in-laws came to.
At the same time as when you saw the badger.
Yeah, that evening I saw the badger and I said, you know what, it's worth it.
The badger was before or after the gig?
After
Right.
in the
It
night.
wasn't like an omen.
No, it wasn't.
And they can be quite vicious.
Yeah, I've heard.
But this one seemed nice.
Well, he was in the distance,
Mm.
running away, comically. But that's my best one.
But he was running away
That
because he
is
just
good.
kicked someone's head in.
What? Can you think of
I've
one?
thought of mine now.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so my parents live near the Heath,
Mhm.
and there's
Hampstead.
Hampstead
Okay.
Heath,
There's loads.
and there is there
Bexley
what?
Heath. You ever been to It's not got a
No.
heath, but that's where I'm from.
Oh really?
Yeah. Black
But
Heath.
it doesn't have a heath. Blackheath's
Blackheath's got
where
a
all the
heath.
plague victims
Yeah.
are buried.
Did you know that? If you dig down deep enough, you could set the black
Yeah,
plague
that's
back off.
why it's
Oh,
called.
should we do
They
that?
say.
Who says that?
It's
That's
just an
not
old wives'
true.
tale.
That can't be true.
Yeah.
They've been
Yeah.
there for like 1,000 years.
Okay, I'm going to Google it.
But
Joe-
honestly, they
I
have
answered the question.
that's where everyone was buried in pits under
Mm.
Blackheath. That's why it's called
From
that.
there to, do you know where they buried them from there to a certain place, which is also why it's got its name?
Blackfriars.
Gravesend.
Oh.
Is it?
Yeah.
Very clever today.
Am I? Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't think you've ever said that about me, ever.
Gravesend. That's why it's called that. Where is that?
In Kent. It's a shithole.
Oh my god, that's
A long way.
a long way.
It's a lot
to
of
bury
black
bodies.
deaths.
That's crazy.
So he's Googling, if you dig it up, can you bring the Black Plague back?
The
Joey,
FBI will be in here.
he does think the Earth is flat,
Do you?
and he also says anti-vaxxer.
I come anti-vacuum.
Sorry.
Okay, wait. Do you want to tell us this first, or shall I tell you that?
He's a
about
very
my-
slow
I'm a very slow
typer.
Googler.
Okay, fine. So, I have seen on Hampstead Heath there are green birds. There are parakeets.
Oh yeah.
And they're there all the time. They're just thriving. Like
Yeah.
there's like a flock of them,
Mm.
a whole family, and people think that they escaped from someone's
Oh, is it?
garden. Oh, I also saw a heron in my parents' back garden
That is
last
cool.
yeah,
week.
they're cool.
Last week.
Yeah,
They're
like
amazing.
it was just standing there. I have a picture of it. Actually.
Massive, isn't it?
I went out into the garden and I was like so freaked out
Yeah.
because, I mean, I don't think they ever attack people, but they're quite scary.
I don't think so,
looking.
but yeah, they could.
Yeah, like they're huge, bigger than my dog.
They're massive, and when they fly, they have an amazing wings.
Yeah.
Amazing gait.
Amazing gait.
Wingspan.
Yeah. So yeah, I've seen some cool birds lately.
Lovely.
That's a good answer.
That's a good answer.
Thank you.
Question 3. What's your meal deal
I
then?
thought that was question 1.
That was question 1.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, mate.
We can't do question 2.
Why not?
Why?
Because of your question in question. No, I'm joking. Question 2. What's the best temperature in Celsius?
In Celsius.
In Celsius. Not in Fahrenheit.
I'm gonna say 23.
That's a good answer, man. That's bang on.
What would you say?
What is it now
Yeah, that's good.
in here?
In here? Oh, God knows.
We've been here a while.
It definitely feels like we're underground.
We are.
We are, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's 14 in Tower Hamlets, where I live.
Okay. Why don't
Okay.
you tell everyone where you live all the time?
Loneliness again.
Desperate to
See
be
last
stopped.
week's episode, loneliness.
Question 3. What's your meal deal then?
Do you know what? I never get a meal deal.
Oh, really? Never?
Hardly ever. But probably if I was getting a meal deal, it's because I just get the ick with a lot of foods.
Okay.
Oh.
Like, I just don't really like to buy sandwiches. I just always feel like I'm going to find a hair in them.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I always think that the pots, the like pasta pots and stuff, they'd always taste like soap everywhere you go. Do you know
Do
what I
they?
mean?
Yeah,
Do they?
They do. They taste.
I
when
think
you
it's like
eat them. It tastes
the
actually
PFAS
like
mixing
soap.
with the tomato.
Sorry, the what?
The PFAS.
What's
the plastic
PFAS?
particles.
Oh, he's in. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. You think it's the PFAS?
I think so.
You really are smart.
All right. Well then, okay.
I
What's
have no
your-
idea if what you're saying is even a real word, but it sounds really
I
smart.
don't know. My girlfriend says
So-
that a lot. PFAS.
Oh right.
It
Okay,
just sounds funny
yeah.
to say, so I just said it. But yeah, I would say that it's a mixture of the plastic and the tomato that makes it
Yeah,
soapy.
it
It's
tastes
my
like
best
soap.
guess.
So I would go probably with like a really plain
Mhm.
like cheese sandwich.
What sandwich do you reckon is less likely to have hairs in it?
Cheese, because
'cause
they
there's
just
less-
will just put a cheese.
Mm.
They'll
But
just
if
put
it's
a
like
piece of cheese.
if it's like a chicken sweet corn mayo, there's just a
No, that
dollop
is
out of
so likely to have hair in it, and that hair would.
That's the hairiest
that
one.
Would, yeah, that's the hairiest one, and that would hurt you more than if there was just a hair on a cheese.
Right.
A hair and mixture.
It's been
That's
in there a while.
horrible.
Ugh.
Well, I think the answer really to which sandwiches most likely to have hair in it, unfortunately, is one made in my house. Because I think my hair is falling out slowly but
Really?
surely, and therefore there's more chance of it.
So what about snacks and that?
So for snacks, I probably get. What can you get in a meal deal?
Oh, there's
chocolates,
loads now.
crisps, right?
Sorry.
You
Boring.
get chocolates and crisps.
One
Oh,
or the
one
other.
or the other.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I agree.
Maybe I'd get the barbecue hula hoops.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a
they're
good
really
choice.
nice. What about you guys?
What about the drink?
I like
Diet Coke.
McCoy's.
Did I not say that?
Did you say that?
already?
Oh,
That's
sorry.
a given.
No.
surely.
I was googling
Okay.
the Black
Diet
Plague.
Coke. What
Um,
did you find out about the Black Plague?
I found out that it can just re-emerge, and nobody knows why. And the last case of it was in India in 1994, after 30 years of being plague-free.
Imagine how embarrassing it would be if you suddenly
of the
got the
Black
plague.
That would be embarrassing.
Yeah, but imagine if you got cured of it and then you did a show about it at the Edinburgh Fest.
That'd be good.
That's really sad thing.
I might pretend.
sad thing for all of us to that's how our brain works.
Yeah, but also I haven't found what would happen if it was dug up. I'm still looking, but by the end of this episode, I will get to the bottom of this.
Surely, if it's still like lying dormant in the world, then there is a risk there that it could come up with the bodies. I'm surprised no one's done that. I'm surprised no one's done that.
There's a
Maybe
terror
they've tried.
I reckon that would be like a plot on like Slow Horses Series 8 when they've run out of ways
Yeah.
to like put the planet at jeopardy.
Question number 4. Are you scared of insects?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah, I just don't really want to hang out with them. Like I think they should exist.
Yeah.
But I don't want them near me.
No.
What's the worst one?
Yeah, what's the worst one?
Bonus question.
Bonus question. What's the worst one?
What's the worst insect?
Um,
Mosquito?
Yeah.
Like, spiders aren't actually that bad.
They're all right.
Oh, they do scare me though.
Yeah, they make you have a shiver, but they're not
Yeah.
gonna like I get mosquito bites all the time. And wasps, horrible.
Ugh.
And flies. The fact they're like covered in shit is disgusting.
Can I tell you a story about a wasp?
Okay.
This does not show another member of my family in good light here. When I was about, I want to say my brother was 3, so I must have been about 6. It was a hot day, and we had the paddling pool out in the back garden. I was in my little trunkies, and a wasp, I didn't realise had landed on my inner thigh, and then I put my legs together, and it stung me, and I obviously
Where?
just sort of near by the pant line. Okay. And basically, obviously, that really hurt because I was young and I cried a lot. And so my brother, who was watching TV at the time, my mum said, "Tom, move out the way. Like, this is a serious. We got to let Joe have the telly." And so my brother, who was really annoyed that I'd been given the TV, about 5 minutes later, went back out into the garden and started crying, claiming that he'd been stung by a wasp to try and get the TV back.
Wow.
And that's the kind of lineage I come from.
Yeah.
Kind of family they are.
Yeah.
They still do that.
Did it work?
No, he got found out, which is great.
Got
Have I been
grounded.
stung?
I've been stung by a wasp on the neck.
How many times?
On the
Awful,
neck?
just
That's
once.
horrible.
Like
How many
there,
times have you been stung?
Like twice in my life.
Oh, it's really weird feeling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Once when I was pushing a pram with a child in it, I was nannying and it stung me and I was like,
And you couldn't let go.
no. It's very stressful.
That is stressful.
Question number 5. When you listen to music, do you imagine you're in a film or music video or something?
Yeah, but about
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it film, like a montage, or is it a music video? And is it your song?
No, it's never my song, but it's like just the world has kind of like turned on its axes into me. Do
That's
you know
good.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like I'm the Lord,
Yeah.
and every song is about me.
Mm.
And like if I go on a run, I actually once did a half marathon, and at the end,
Wow, that's
someone.
far.
Thank you. It was ages ago, and then someone asked me like on the thing, like, what do you think about? Because it was like for charity, and they maybe thought I was going to be like, oh, just like thinking about the charity, and I was like, I'm thinking about like when I'm listening to the songs, I'm just thinking about like every boy I've ever fancied being surrounding me, and me being like, no, I'm fine, thanks. And they were like, okay. But that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
Which I think is more
Approximately how many
music video.
boys?
Wait, did I say every boy I've ever fancied?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's that?
I would say
1,000?
probably most boys I've ever met in my whole life.
Right. And final question to this. This is actually one that's personal to you. Do you regret studying film? Do you regret doing a creative degree instead of engineering or some other nonsense?
Do I regret that? How do you know
Do you
that
know what I
I've
mean?
done a creative degree?
It says it
I'm
online.
Googling.
He's been Googling.
He's been Googling me. Do I regret that? No. Like, I don't think if I had done like engineering or anything, I would just be. I think I would still be doing comedy.
Yeah.
But I would be earning more money on my side hustle.
And building your own set.
Yeah.
Oh
She's an
yeah.
engineer.
Yeah,
Depends on what you're an
to be
engineer
honest, not having a camera and a like ability to use one has really been stressful. Like I have no technical skills, and
No,
that is
me
really
neither.
difficult in this day and age.
That's why we've got K's over there.
Yeah, we have no idea.
We don't. We
Well,
don't.
this
this.
setup looks great.
Yeah. Well, that's all
So-
down to K's. It's nothing to do with us.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
would just be so useful, wouldn't it, if you
It
were
would.
able to figure that stuff out?
Yeah.
Sarah Roberts, congratulations. You scored 8,600. I guess that's very high.
Thank
It's very
you.
high.
You can stay. We both did like media degrees.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why
but-
did you ask me that question?
Well, because I wanted to know how you feel about it. Because I meet comedians who are like have history degrees and stuff.
Mm.
No.
But that's
You know?
still humanities, isn't it? Like,
yeah, but
that's
it's
not-
like
doesn't
sort of
lead to a job.
respectable.
I feel like I'm being negged.
No, because
You-
we both have the similar thing. But you went to like a proper.
Well, I went to UEA and did creative writing, and then
Right.
I went to National Film and Television.
And that's
School.
like a prestigious one, right? I thought
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, so that's really good.
Can I just
Yeah.
say,
What?
we never talk about degrees on here. I don't know what your fixation is with this today.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
I don't know what's happened.
Did you ask your
You
previous
did
guest?
actually,
I
but
did.
I think that's because he'd been Googling you.
Mm,
Because obviously we've recorded both episodes
Mm.
back to back today.
yeah.
I don't know. I guess maybe I've been feeling shame about my degree lately.
What's your degree?
Because you went to Bolton.
Media
which is a
writing.
shithole.
Yeah, I went to a rubbish uni. Media writing and production.
Oh, so that's kind of exactly the same as mine combined.
Yeah, that's why I was interested. Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't to neg.
Media writing.
Yeah, as in script writing.
No, that sounds like you're
But
doing
But
the
then
negging.
part of it, part of it was theory stuff and give me a break. Am I right?
I'm right.
Yeah.
Give over.
I'm right.
Did you have to do theory? Oh, give it a rest,
Give it
I
right?
a
can't
rest, man.
remember. I just
Oh,
remember that
Jesus.
everything I wrote. I had Bill Dare teaching me, who
Oh.
was great.
Yeah.
at
Oh, that's the
National
guy
Film-
who got
Yeah.
honoured at the Chortle Awards by
Yes,
the guy that
he
nearly
did.
fell off the stage and died after doing his nice speech. John
Yes.
Coleshaw.
yes. Yes. And he was great, but he was just like very much like he was like to me, "You don't really understand. I don't think what a sketch is," and he was correct
Yeah.
because it's like writing and producing comedy, and so much of it was like you have to write loads of sketches. You have to write like 5 sketches a week.
But don't you just have to do that now on Instagram?
I know, and I was
Yeah.
like, I remember being like, I'm not here for this.
Yeah.
I'm here for like the other parts of this, like writing like a longer form script. And that keeps happening to me because I keep like tuning out when people are teaching me stuff that I'm like, that's not exactly what I want to learn.
Mm.
And then that's always the thing that you end up needing.
Yeah.
Like radio, writing for radio, I'm like, I don't listen to the radio. I don't care about that. And actually, you really need to be able to
Yeah.
write for radio.
But it's
Yeah.
not. You can figure it out.
Yeah, but
If
it is
you're
annoying
funny,
when you've like, done a
Yeah.
course for
You can
18
Google it.
months.
I mean, you can't Google, can you dig up the Black Death? It seems, but you could Google how to write a radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank
Um,
you. Thanks for having me.
How
Sound
are you-
like you were
how
going
are
to do
you
the
do-
end of the
How
episode.
are you? Thank you for watching. How are you excited about your tour?
How are you excited about your fucking
How
hell,
are you
mate?
excited about your tour?
How are you?
Wait, which question?
How are you excited about your tour?
That's the question. We asked every guest that.
I don't know. Many people wouldn't be, I guess.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm
Is this
just
your
kind
first
of.
one?
I'm matching your energy of how are you excited about your tour? I'm like maybe I shouldn't be. No, I'm in that kind of like 3-week leading up period where it feels quite stressful because I actually have to like really organize stuff. But I am excited.
Are you making your show longer or having a support act or what?
So I've actually kind of not really 100% thought that through.
Yeah.
So I've got a support act for a couple of dates.
Mm.
And then for the other dates, I'd only have the room for an hour. So
Oh, yeah.
Well, then you don't need one for that.
Yeah,
I've
so-
had a lot like that where it was like, you don't need a
Yeah.
support act.
But I'm like, am I going to get used to having a support act? And then I'm going to...
Yeah, but that people know and they treat it a bit more like Edinburgh. Do you know what I mean? Where you
Yeah.
wouldn't have
Fine either way.
Can I, as somebody who's just done their first tour, can I just give
Yeah.
you one piece of advice?
Yeah, come.
For a support act.
Huh?
For a support act, don't use this guy.
Oh. Did you support the whole tour?
No, just one.
Two.
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 Yeah.
And did you whip the crowd into a frenzy?
They walked out The entire audience walked out. No, it was all right. Thank you for having me.
It was good.
Yeah. No, you'll be fine. What I do when I do tours, we just did my first, I've done 5.
Wow.
5 tours.
And the audience is dwindling.
Well, what I do is that, which you can think about maybe for this one or for future, is I do 20 to 30 minutes first, and that's like new stuff or whatever, and a bit of emceeing, whatever, and then the break, then the main show. So then you get to do loads of new stuff. That's quite fun.
That is fun. I didn't think about that.
You know, in future.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing it at Monkey Barrel, and I only have that for an hour, so I guess I'm just doing the show straight through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you know, it's great that you're doing a tour so early on. And you're like, I've waited so long to do one. It's like, why didn't I do this years ago?
I feel like I probably should be waiting longer, but
No.
I've got an incredible amount of hubris.
You're great. That's all
What
you
does that
need.
mean?
It turns out.
Like just blind
Gumption.
confidence.
Oh, I've got that. That's a good word.
Have you?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you know when you're just like I'm constantly going between like, why not? I can definitely do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then also being like, I can't do anything. What am I doing?
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's the whole of everyone's career forever.
Yeah.
Amen.
I think
That's the whole
every
thing.
comedian has to have like a huge level of entitlement,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
because it's like what no one else would ever be like, people need to listen to me for an hour.
Like I do
In
not think
multiple
about. I
places
do not
around the
think about the
country.
audience at all ever.
Really?
I'm like, this is for me. This isn't. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, people.
that's
Some
not-
people do say that, but I think about the audience so much,
Oh, that's good.
which I don't know sometimes if it is good.
No, but I do in a negative way. I'm like, oh, like they're not going to like me or whatever. But when I'm writing, I don't think about, oh, is anyone actually going to enjoy this?
Yeah, that's me with making content. I'm never
Yeah.
like, oh, I should think about who's gonna like this. I'm just like,
Well, luckily, Steve
should
from
do
Chortle
this.
therefore,
yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
nominated for an award.
We're not good at content, really.
I'm terrible at content.
You
Oh,
got
evidently
nominated
not.
for the thing.
Oh come on, it's one
that
guy
not-
that liked it.
That's enough.
Is that how
I don't
that
have
works?
like any followers.
Oh, right.
Like I've only got like 5,000 followers. You guys have more than that.
Yeah,
Do
but we're old pigs. We've been around a long
I've
time.
been doing it ages,
How long
man.
have you been doing?
I've been doing it in October. I've been doing it 20 years.
Yeah, but you haven't been making content for 20 years.
No, that's true.
No, that is true.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really new to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to basically. I slightly want to show off about something, but also I
Get
wanna
ready for
get
this.
I want to start with my problem because it's
Right.
related to. I've just been to Ghent.
Where's
Okay,
that?
everybody?
Is that the end of that
Yeah.
bit?
Where's
In
that?
Belgium
Oh,
for a lovely
nice.
weekend away.
With your girlfriend?
Yeah. So what happened was I did like a swap, like an Airbnb, but a swap.
Home swap.
Yeah.
Did you use that website?
No, I did it a private sort of thing.
Oh, wow.
Right. And basically, I stayed in a really nice flat, but it was very strange. And I've agreed to do the swap again next year, and I'm totally happy with it. But I've got the dilemma of, do I try and find out more about this person, or is it better to leave it shrouded in mystery? Right? Let me tell you about this place. The guy had over, I did the maths, 1,500 vinyls.
What?
That's a lot of records. That's like 15 grand on records. He owned 3 motorbikes.
Whoa. Could you
He
use
had,
them?
No, he did also have 2 bikes. One was his
Should've
girlfriend's,
just
and
tried.
we got to use the push bikes
Okay.
around Ghent.
Yeah.
And then loads and loads and loads and loads of like toy cars, like on
Oh.
display.
What, like Hot Wheels?
Yeah, like Hot Wheels.
I used to like Hot Wheels.
Matchbox and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. And then like loads of football stickers, like in collect. So he's a
Oh.
big collector of stuff.
Wow.
And I'm like, do I want to know more about this guy? Like, what does he do for a living? Like, who is this guy?
Can't you Google him?
Or is it better to keep it shrouded in mystery?
Definitely Google him now.
Just Google
I
him.
did.
What's the
Nothing
matter
comes
with
up.
you?
I googled him,
Was it a big
And-
house?
and I did the swap with his girlfriend.
Was it a flat or a house? Sorry,
Flat.
was it?
Just 1-bedroom flat.
Right.
Um,
Oh, it looked fancy when I saw it.
Yeah,
next to
I
it.
mean, it was like twice the size of my flat.
Yeah.
Why, what
Right.
was he getting out of your the situation?
He's coming to
you're
mine.
Yeah.
Huh?
Stinks.
Huh?
Really?
No. Oh.
Does
the
he
decor.
know? Like,
Mattress on the floor.
not in a rude way, but all I know is about your Eagles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Mm.
and
Okay, let's do this live on.
has the guy been to your house yet?
Yeah.
Oh, was he happy with it? Oh,
We swapped at the same time.
oh, right.
They want to do it next year. So it was a couple. She's organised it for his birthday,
Oh,
right? And I mean,
Let me see.
that's my flat.
Oh, you. I didn't explain it. Not in a rude way, but just because you were like, oh, it's,
And yeah, I live on my own.
it's
you
all
know,
like
it's all about that.
The
innit?
walls are all wet.
No, that's your old flat. You live in a damp disgrace.
oh, this is a really cool bedroom.
Thank you. I decorated it myself.
Like with the
Me
pink
and my
and
ex, yeah.
green.
Yeah, I was going for Art Deco Miami Vice.
Yeah, I see that.
And I
actually.
Pinterested that to try and
I
come up
think
with
that's really nice. What's your
Oh.
flat decor?
Just like nice.
There's a big piece of art about a croissant I don't understand.
Well, my
Do you
wife
know
has
that?
some big art bits, but I don't know. There's nothing. I don't have a thing like he just said. Say yours again.
Art Deco Miami Vice.
Right. Mine is.
I love that.
Yeah, thanks.
Right, Art Deco Miami Vice. Mine is True Detective season 2. I don't know.
The house being investigated.
Yeah. What's yours? Do you have a way to describe?
Well, at the moment, I'm living with my parents, but before then, so I'm moving back into my flat in July, and I guess it's more like cozy modern. I was
Cozy
trying
modern.
to figure out a way of like saying that. That sounds exciting.
So you're moving back. It's been done up.
no.
Is that
I honestly,
broadcasting 101.
I moved back like a year ago because I realised I just couldn't afford to do Edinburgh otherwise.
Yeah, right.
It's a disgrace.
So I moved with my parents, and then
We're going back to the same flat.
yeah,
Did you like sublet it out? And
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Cool.
yeah, but
Cozy modern.
cozy modern, yeah. I need a good way of describing it.
Well, I mean, what I will say is those pictures. That's like the tidiest it'll ever be. You know
Yeah,
what I mean,
sure. But like, it looks like a good flat. I was not in a horrible way, but I was just
No,
expecting.
go on. It's fine.
Well, just I think when you're a comedian, you have to kind of present yourself as like, oh, I live
I
in
haven't got it
an
all together.
alley.
Yeah.
I live in squalor,
Yeah.
and actually, it
I
looks
do a good
really
job
nice.
of convincing people that I do that.
Yeah, I think you do a good job of convincing people of
Well,
that.
and maybe this is why. I mean, it's not the problem I was wanting to deal with today, but like I am thinking maybe my hair's making me look a bit scruffy these days. I need to like.
No, you
smarten up a
don't
bit.
change your look. He's getting loads of adverts.
Are you?
Yeah.
Don't change your look. When I saw you on stage, the one time that I have any
on
kind of
the other Monday.
yeah, you talking about how much you loved your look.
It's a lot of joke, but I'm saying I don't look like I'm doing well. Do you know? I don't. I look like a ever on the edge of. If you saw me quickly, you'd be like, "Is this guy
think that's
homeless or is that his look?"
That's an American
No.
thing.
I think you look like you like run a startup or something.
Well,
you
I don't
look
mind
like
that.
you could be doing
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that you.
Until you
wouldn't-
hear him speak.
Well, I'm doing just fine, but not well enough that you shouldn't subscribe to the Patreon.
Please do that.
Thanks for your
Thanks.
input there, Bilal.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
We slag off other comedians and stuff on the Patreon.
Do
Stuff
you?
that we wouldn't do here.
Do you?
A little bit.
No.
No.
Tell
you after.
Okay.
I'll tell you what I said on this week's episode after.
No, yeah. He went
That's
and
funny.
he went and said
That'll
a
be the end
thing.
of my career.
Yeah,
I think if you said
okay.
that on it.
Right.
But I'll tell you about it afterwards because it is funny.
Okay.
Anyway, so should I try and find out more about this enigmatic guy?
Can't you just
Yes.
contact them and say like I was fascinated with your place?
Well, so I left a note and I said I don't normally care about this sort of thing, but when you've got so many records, right?
Yeah, that's mad.
There needs to be a way of keeping track of what's where because you could easily lose one.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't know.
You could have stolen a lot of them.
Well,
Yeah.
and I did. No, but it's like I couldn't work out how they were organised. And I'm not the kind of person who cares about that. But I was like, are they organised? My best guess was that they were organised by sound. Because he had some artists in one place and the same artists somewhere else.
Okay.
Did you like? What was the music genres?
Sort of like, well, he had a lot of everything because obviously you have to if you've got that many records. But it was a lot of sort of like slow tempoed indie kind of,
Boring.
but also like sort of quite moody electro-y stuff and quite. I'd say it's an overall. If I had to say one, I'd say moody,
Okay.
and then some jazz, and then some like really old stuff. And
Were they on display?
well, I'll show you a picture of the.
Wasn't there just loads?
It's just loads. It's just like a wall of
Wow.
like a crate, almost like when you have them like record boxes on the wall, kind of like a unit.
Do you have a record player?
No.
Me neither.
Yeah, it's what happens when you get to like nearly 40.
It's like
I started when I
How
was
old
about
are you?
35.
33.
I'm 32.
Oh, nice.
So
When's
we
your birthday?
April 27th.
Oh, it's
mine's
coming up.
October 16th. I was hoping we had
Sorry.
the same.
I just said, you said, what's your birthday? I said, and you had no.
Yeah, because I was checking if it was the same as mine.
I've never.
And then I went,
No one's ever reacted to someone's birthday like that. Wow.
But that's just one wall. There's another wall around the corner of that.
Well,
Wait,
that looks
April.
so nice. Is that your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
she
you're
looks
the year
really
below
nice
me
too.
at school, right?
Yeah, where did you grow up?
East London.
I grew up North London.
Oh. London's-
What school did you go to?
It's called Wanstead High School.
Oh, I don't know it.
I don't think you would.
No.
What's your school called?
Camden School for Girls?
I don't know it, but it sounds good.
Sounds like it's in Camden.
Yeah, is it
Yeah,
Camden?
yeah.
Yeah.
Smash
Yours
it.
sounds like it's in Wanstead.
Yeah.
Anyone ever heard of Bexley Heath School?
Don't bring that up. Horrible place.
So yours called Bexley Heath School?
Bexley Heath School, yeah. BS.
If I was
It
opening
was the
a
biggest
school, I
school
would
in
just
South
call it
London.
something a bit more exciting.
Like what?
Um,
Bexley Heath Academy
That's
for
what
lads.
it's called now. It's
What is
been
it
changed
called?
to Bexley Heath Academy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
wow. Oh, that
And
means
basically
it's
what
not
happened-
good enough to
what
be a
happened
school.
at my school
Isn't
was,
that what
um,
when things are called academies?
It means they've gone downhill, right?
Yeah.
Because what happened was the headmaster, who was the headmaster when I was there, ran off with all the money.
Really? Embezzled?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
How much money did your
Yeah.
school have?
£200. What did they?
Google it.
So they caught him,
I think so. Let's have a look.
and was he like beaten to death by the people of Bexley Heath?
It's my dad. Off with money. I'm so bad at Googling things.
Yeah.
I just put Bexley School headmaster ran off with money as if that's going to tell us what we need to know. I did.
Wait, so how much is that?
Hang on. No, that's
a
not
lot of
my
zeros.
school.
Oh, that's a different
It's
school.
a different school. Thieving headmaster. Is
Thieving
that like
headmaster.
no, that's not a.
That's not your thieving
No, that's a
headmaster. That's
different
different thieving headmaster.
Wow.
So yeah, tell us about your
Bad.
problem.
Okay, my problem is related to my tour.
Okay. Yeah.
So, it's actually a problem that I need to deal with, like, ASAP. Where's my phone? I really need to deal with this problem now.
Nice
because-
case.
Thank you. Because it's a bit chipped, but...
That's mad
It's
case.
That's mad case.
That's mad case.
Imagine how beautiful before it was chipped. Anyway.
It's not that bad. That's quite chipped. that's
Yeah.
right.
Okay, so my show, something happened to me last year, which was Paul Mezcal started following me on Instagram.
Oh, cool.
Thank you.
Is that the guy who makes the
Gladiator
drink?
2.
Guy from Gladiator 2.
Well,
Doesn't make
Sian.
the drink.
What, does he make a drink?
Mezcal.
No.
Sorry about that.
Sorry
Do you
about
not know
Sorry
who Paul
about me.
Mezcal is?
I genuinely don't know who he is.
He's probably been
Google
in something
that.
you've seen.
I'll Google
You
that.
really
Yeah.
are bad at Googling stuff. How do you not know that?
What else is he in?
Well,
Sorry.
Do you
He's
reckon
in-
that's his real name?
yeah.
No.
His sister's called Nell Mezcal.
That's got to be a showbiz name.
Go on.
He's Irish. Apparently, I'm saying it wrong, but I
Right.
think it's like a power move to say it wrong now.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So he started following me on Instagram.
Yeah.
He only follows like 300 people on Instagram.
Whoa.
I know. He's watching all of my stories.
Mm.
Dregs of a cold.
Yeah.
And he was watching all my stories, and I was like, I need to like have a conversation with him because you know what's the end goal here.
So you
He also
DM'd him.
follows like a couple more comedians.
Okay.
So like I think he has an interesting comedy. Like I didn't think this. I
From
thought,
the
oh,
mezcal.
let's start a friendship. That's what I thought. And so I was like, I need to think of something. You know, like I don't want to be thirsty because he must receive like loads of thirsty comment messages all the time. So I messaged him. I said, well, I'm not going to tell the whole story because I talk about it in my show.
The show, yeah.
But I basically made up a lie that I'd seen a film that wasn't out yet, and he was like, "How have you seen that?" And then he caught me in a lie.
Oh.
And it's actually here. A screenshot of my background.
Oh, amazing.
Especially for you guys. But then the show ends. Basically, he said to me, he was obviously trying to be nice, and he said, "Sarah, you're baffling," with a heart. And so that is in the show.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, there's a lot of reference to Paul Mescal in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I've asked is for him to be in the show in Soho Theatre. I've asked him to come on tour with me.
Right.
So I messaged him. I messaged him in
Basically.
I messaged him in December.
Mm.
Right. And I said, "Hi, ! I have an absolutely wild question. I'm doing a big show at Soho Theatre in April, and in it I talk about how you follow me on Instagram. Sorry about that. My dream scenario, the absolute pinnacle of the art, with quotation marks, would be if you were there. Would you like to come and maybe ... be in it? Let me know what you think! !
Mm-hmm.
He saw it
Yeah.
4 minutes later.
Uh-huh.
It's on the 19th of December.
Yeah.
He has not replied.
No.
So now, basically, I've sort of edited the whole show and organised this tour around
Oh.
the belief. You know, earlier when I said I have a lot of hubris.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, he'll definitely say yes. And he hasn't said no.
Right.
So I'm now 3 weeks away from the tour starting. And my idea was, I'll get like some Paul Mescal lookalikes.
Yeah.
To be in the show.
You could have
We'll do it.
You could have a Paul Mescal competition.
Well, this is the really useful thing, is that there's been Paul Mescal competitions everywhere. Have you seen this?
No?
Well, you just
I think
found
there was
out
one.
who
No,
Paul-
I think there was
you,
one.
How do you know that?
Because I think
didn't
I don't
know
even
this
know
one.
who he is.
I don't know who he is, but I think there was a competition at a pub near where I live in Hoxton.
Right.
At the Hoxton.
And you thought it
House
was like a
over there.
Mescal competition.
No, I don't know
And
what
now
it
you're
means.
like,
It could
I
have
know
been
what it
anything, but I just.
No, they had lookalike competitions for like Timothy Chalamet as well, I think.
I would have absolutely smashed that.
Yeah.
For anyone that's never seen what I look like, I would have smashed that one.
But so it's like been quite easy for me to track down lookalikes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
You want the real thing.
I want the real thing, and also like, let's be real, like I'm self-producing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have time to be looking after all of these young
Mezcal.
Paul Mescal lookalikes everywhere I go. So now what I've decided and realised that the show needs is I don't need Paul there physically. I just need him to record a video.
Yeah.
Okay.
In which he essentially kind of just endorses me as a person.
I think I've worked this out.
So how do I follow up on that message in a normal way?
Well, can I just say...
And get my end result. Sorry.
About that. That was me.
Oh, that was you.
You got Casio?
Yeah, but
What one?
does yours do that every 20 minutes?
Hour. 20 minutes?
Mine does it every 20 minutes of my
See your
life.
Casio.
I've realised I've left it at home. I'm just
You don't have a
used to the
Casio.
sound.
Firstly, where does he live?
I think he lives in London.
He does. Okay, I
yeah,
thought
but
he
that's
was.
why I asked him for
Right. Okay.
to come
Okay.
to Soho
I think it's
Theatre.
absolutely fine to say like hi again. How about just a little 1 minute video then? I think that's all right. You've already chatted.
I think what happens...
We haven't really chatted.
That was some chat there.
I think what happens is...
He sent you a heart.
being somebody that bothers celebrities on a regular basis, or used to, at least for my radio show,
Right.
quite often, like, you get in touch with a band, they wouldn't reply, or like they chat to you a bit, and then they're quite aloof.
Yeah.
As long as you don't take that aloofness personally,
Okay, so
then you can just go back in.
Yeah. Okay.
Until he tells you to fuck off.
Because
Basically,
I was basically gonna okay. Because I'm really scared of him unfollowing me.
yeah, because that does ruin the show.
Yeah. Because some people be like, she's a liar. She doesn't even.
Oh, you're worried people are going to
Yeah, but you've
check.
got proof of that right now. You screenshotted that, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna say like, hey, sorry for my insane last message, and sorry to follow up now with an even more insane one. But
That's all right, isn't it?
have you
do
got?
you think? But
have
do
you
I
got-
do I sound too wounded?
No, I think you have to really work on the message, but I think it's salvageable. But also, do you? What was I going to say? I had a really good point then. Oh yeah, have you got a recording of the show?
No.
Oh, not already.
No.
Not just like a basic one.
No.
If you sent him the show and he watched, then maybe he would know what he was getting himself in for. Is that even worse?
I think if I sent Paul Mescal an hour of stand-up
Well,
comedy,
what if
that
he-
would be crazy.
But has he seen clips of yours?
Well,
probably
probably.
has, yeah.
Because he needs to know that you're legitimately a good comedian, and then he won't feel like it's a weird thing.
Yeah.
So it's making sure that he's seen you be a comedian.
Should I just send him like all of my accolades?
Yeah. send him
Sure.
Bilal's intro
Should I
to
send,
this
like-
show.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Should
but
I
not
send him
his.
like? Should I send him like what I would send to a booker?
Yeah.
Like I regularly do paid spots at the Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he'll find that funny. Because that's got to be funny.
Semi-finalist.
Because
I
then
don't
he's
think
got to
he'd
weigh up if you're
unfollow.
being mad.
I think sending a message in, did you say December?
Yeah.
And then sending one now?
Yeah, it's not like you're
that
on him every
bad. It's
week.
not like you're messaging him all the time, replying to all these stuff, or are
Oh,
you?
that's true. No, I haven't.
So then-
I haven't even interacted with him.
I'd be very
since then.
surprised if he was like, oh, she asked for something again, unfollow. Like,
Also, is
that's
this
a
not
bit-
the kind of dirty work that you get your agents to do?
No, because he doesn't follow my agent on Instagram. I did
Mm.
Google like Paul Mescal, how much would he be to just hire him for a night? And it's
It's a lot.
£975,000, like to hire him for a birthday.
You can hire Paul Mescal for a...
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Happy birthday!
yeah.
Can you, I don't even know this cunt
But
is.
I thought like, have you looked him up?
I'm looking at
He's
now. I'm not-
gorgeous, isn't
It doesn't
he?
make any difference to me.
Isn't he stunning?
I mean, I'm looking at his lookalikes currently, to be fair.
Imagine if he came to my show as well.
But what would he do? Appear
Yeah, what's
from
the payoff?
backstage? Or is he in the audience?
Yeah, appear from backstage and like lift me at the end of the show.
Wow.
I'm thinking, but I think it would just be funnier now if he just like did a recorded message because I can carry that around with me. You know?
Yeah. Well, just ask him for that.
Yeah.
And then also
Should I
put
send
it
him
on.
like a voice
I've got
note?
something else as well. Also
Is
say
that more
that
normal? No.
you would. You don't have to do this, but
Okay.
maybe you could be like, I know if you did do it, I'll donate some money to your chosen charity. Because then he's got to do it, otherwise it's a scumbag.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't do a voice note.
He's got to do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do a voice note because you might end up rambling a bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Whereas with text, it's easier to, you
Mm.
can do 100
Yeah.
drafts.
I would definitely do a few drafts and send it around to people for
Yeah.
a bit of a vibe check.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's gone all right so far, except for that last one.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the last message before that was I said to him when he said, "This is baffling." I said, "Haha, how was your weekend?" And he never replied.
But I think these people are very
But
busy.
look.
You know?
Yeah.
This is baffling, but thank you, heart. Isn't
Yeah.
that crazy?
Yeah. See,
That's great.
I think he's just busy, and you should keep trying. What's the
Really?
worst that can happen?
He blocks me.
Yeah, well,
Right.
yeah, but you've got the screenshot to say that he did follow you, and that's what we
Fine.
need for the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you not think that him blocking you is quite funny?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
Think about what you learned on your course. Yeah, you can turn it into
a
comedy,
yeah.
a long form
I
piece.
don't want him to be. I want to appeal to his like. He loves art.
Yeah,
He loves art and performing, and I'm like
and
you know,
comedy.
yeah, and he loves comedy. And I feel like
And that's the thing. I don't watch a lot of films, so I don't know who he is. But
Yeah.
he likes comedy. He doesn't know who I am, which is worse.
Maybe
well,
he follows
I will
you.
say he's Irish and he only follows like Vittorio
Right,
and then like
Mike Rice.
Mike Rice. Yeah.
Do you know who the
Both
other
of
one
which
is
are
he
both on
follows?
this
Do
podcast.
you know
Yeah.
who exactly?
Why you?
Who are the
You're not
comedians?
Don't know why me.
Irish.
He follows Steph Daggs, American.
Right.
Mary Beth Brown, American. Amelia de Moldenberg,
Okay, girls and Irish.
and me.
It's girls and Irish. Yeah.
It's kind of like bratty girls and
Irish,
Irish men. Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys
Kate
could
Ballant?
rebrand for this.
Yeah.
Probably he follows
Mm,
Kate
mm.
Ballant. Yeah.
You name a pretty female comedian. I bet you've run out now.
Sorry.
Cool. We've got to wrap up the show because it's the end of the show.
I'd message him.
But I would message him.
I think it's fine.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you got to
Do you think he'll listen to this podcast and
Yeah.
be like, no?
You could send him this.
Okay.
send him this. So watch this, then come to
We'll
Soho.
clip this bit and then send him the
Yeah.
clip of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
That's-
there you
that'll
go.
work
Done.
for sure.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
I'll
just
message him.
don't include the bit where I said I don't know who this cunt is. Sarah, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
Let's
you
tell
for
people about
having
your
me.
tour. You can get tickets for the tour that starts on the 10th of April at Grub in Manchester, Monkey Barrel in Edinburgh on the 12th of April, 14th of April at Comedia in Brighton, and then the 22nd and 23rd at the Soho Theatre. One of those dates, at least, Paul Mescal will be there. It's definitely worth going. And then don't bother bothering going to the Bill Murray because he won't be going there on the 8th of May for the recording of the show, for that album recording. Vinyl. We sent it to my mate in Ghent.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What a lovely way to wrap up. You got anything to say?
All the
Too late,
best,
we're out of
everyone.
time. Shut up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank all of you as well.
Oh, and what's your Instagram for any non-Paul Mescals that want to follow you?
Sarah Roberts _69.
Classic stuff. See you next week, everybody.
Bye.
Salute.